Okay, today what we're working on is putting some mud flaps on my 2020 F150. It's an XLT with the running boards. I was going to go with either the Husky or the WeatherTech ones, but I found that for the price point, there seemed to be some fitment issues, particularly the WeatherTech. Wasn't clear from their website whether or not they would work with the running boards. So I did a little bit of research. Turns out Ford makes a set that is relatively inexpensive. So when you buy them, they come in the boxes like this. You get the part numbers there. Nothing fancy. Downfall is there are no instructions. So there's the part numbers. So when you open up the boxes, they come packaged. You probably have shipped them together, but they're a Ford accessory. They come in individual boxes. The one ending in AA here is your front mud flaps, and the one ending in BA there is your rear mud flaps. These ones are for the ones with lip molding. You'll see when I open them up here. Cost $42.34 from Tasca for each. Then you had to pay, it looked like I paid about $27.13 in shipping, add in a little bit of tax. Total came up to $118.52, which I believe if I was to get the WeatherTech would have been around $80. Husky may have been a little bit cheaper. Some fitment issues, like I said, with the Huskies that I've seen in other videos. But I think for the price, getting a product that fits is probably worth it. So I'm going to first open up the rear ones here. So overall, nothing fancy there. They got the cutout here for the lip holding. They do come with some instructions. So everything you have there. Looks like they come in a variety of languages. Basic hand tools to install. Watching a few other videos, nothing special. So what you gotta do is remove a couple of the push pins out of the body molding. Looks like number 3 there, and then you have some push clips that go back in. I have to secure them. So 7mm and 8mm, and what I really liked about the Ford ones was these extra support straps. So these run from, if this is on the back of the truck, so it's looking from the rear, these will actually run up into your fender, I guess supposedly like that. Provide that outside flap a little bit more support. So, do a quick inventory here. I did not see that extra support with the Huskies or the WeatherTech. So you got a variety of clips. So other videos I've watched indicated you had some pieces to fold over. I do not see this fold over. I guess that may have been other brands. So you got a couple clips to help hold it to the body. So it looks like there's 4 of those. Couple bolts. Push pin. Those are the 7mm. Why they go with 7, I don't know. And there you go. That is plus your instructions, so that's all that's in the box with the rear set. Front set. So the front set should be a little bit more simpler. Alright, so in the package, get a handful of these body clips. These are all stuck together. So you get 4 of those and a push pin and some instructions. So it looks like you have to pull one push pin out, which this would be the replacement one for it, and then these simply go on and the clips get pushed over top of them. So we will do the install these, so I will go get the truck set up, and then I'll take you guys outside and I'll show you how to do the install on the front and the rear, and then overall how they look. Okay, so I just finished installing one of my rear ones. Deviated from the instructions a little bit. Seems like maybe the engineers and the guys who put the kit together, and the guys who wrote the instructions may not be on the same page. But item C, I assume it's some sort of backing plate or piece of plastic. Those nowhere to be found in the kit. I looked everywhere. I didn't see it. Rechecked the box. It's not there. And there's a few pieces in here you won't need. I'll actually reuse a few pieces out in the truck. Like I said, mine are with the plastic wheel lip molding, which some of the trucks may not have, so the installation may be slightly different. But if you look at the start of the instructions here, so we're looking at the start of the instructions. This plate, that was item number C. They say to put that inside the fender there and then cut a hole in it, so I assume it's a piece of plastic. That's nowhere to be found. So steps 4 and 5 I ignored, and then also I would recommend ignoring steps 2 and 3. I found I could reuse some hardware. So this bolt they say take out, and then item number 1, they give you a longer bolt, which will fit right in there, so you can leave the better clip in there instead of putting the smaller one in there, which would then mean you have to use this smaller bolt. I find that the smaller style like this, that just grips just on the sides of the threads, tend to rust out a lot quicker than say these ones that are actually have some threads in them. So do step 1, save the bolt you take out in step 1, skip step 2 and 3, 4 and 5 didn't have the plate, so I skipped those. Going over to 6, so here's kind of where I realize that the engineers and people who wrote the instructions may not be on the same page. So it says an 8mm, and the only bolt in step 6 is D. Well, this is 8mm. So and these are 7mm, so their instructions aren't with one another. But regardless, I used the longer bolt, going to D there. That holds the mud flap on there nice and secure. And then when you come back over here to step 8, when we're putting in number E back there, it's the same style bolt that you took out of this position. It's just a little bit shorter, works great. Put it back there, reuse that hardware, and everything's nice and sturdy. So that's kind of where I differed from the instructions. When I show you out in the truck, you'll be able to see a little bit better what I did there. So as I get ready to take this out to the truck and do the second side, I did realize that these metal brackets do have a letter stamped in them. So this one has a little tiny R right there in the middle, R being for the right side of the truck, which would also be the passenger side. So if you're trying to figure out which side these go with, look for the letter stamped in there. Should be pretty easy to find. And then the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and install these just so I can finish the video. But these look like bare metal. They do not look like they have any sort of zinc coating. It looks just like just stamped straight out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the store here, get some primer, go ahead and spray, do some some primer on there, and then I've just got some excess gray paint out in the garage. Some automotive paint that I'll use, and go ahead and paint these up to prevent them from rusting. Currently, the bottom of my truck does have the surface shield protectant sprayed all over it. I could just spray these, but I think go ahead and spray paint them first, and then I will go back and put a coating of surface shield. Will do me much better. So these are fairly thick piece of metal. They're not going to rust out anytime soon, but over the course of owning the truck, I plan on keeping my truck probably 20 years. They would probably rust out if I didn't coat them with anything, so we'll get that done before they start rusting. Okay, I got you guys outside here. Alright, got you guys outside here. This is the wheel lip molding I was talking about. I guess some of the trucks don't have this. Mine does. What we're going to need to do the fronts is very simple. You're going to need 4 of these clips and this little push pin, and the only tool you need is a trim tool to pull that clip out. Get you up underneath here. The only clip you got to pull out is this one right here. Just get underneath there with your trim tool. Try not to scratch your paint. Once you get underneath there, you just pop that guy out. They are in there pretty good. Alright, get that popped out. Grab your mud flap, get it facing the right direction, fits up there like that. Take the push pin, goes back in the hole right there, and push it up in. Make sure you get it all the way in. Should hold that nice there. The rest of it's pretty simple. Take these little clips and they just go here, here, and there's one back in here. Unlike the other brands, there's nothing to fold over here, so you just set that on there and just kind of work them on. There's one. There's 2. Make sure you get the back side of that lip there. Look up here. Number 3 goes here. Like I said, you want to make sure you grab that molding there. See if we can't do this one-handed. That just pushes on there like that. And this last one on here, it's right there. It just grabs hold of this fiber piece. And that just pushes on like that. And there you have it. It's on there nice and sturdy. That's how you do the fronts. Very easy. Okay, got you at the back of the truck here to do the back. You're going to need the bracket. Just pay in mind so they don't rust. You're going to need one of the small screws, the big screw, one of the push pins, and 2 of the clips, and then the clips that go on the back of the nuts there, or the screws. Tool wise, you need a trim tool again. You need a 10, an 8, and a 7. Underneath here it's pretty easy. We're going to move this push pin, this bolt, and this push pin. There's the bolt here, that's a 10 millimeter. And we're going to reuse that bolt, and you can leave, there's the clip that looks just like this on the back side. We're going to leave that on there, and that's where I differ from the manufacturer instructions. So we'll leave that there. Go ahead and pop this top push pin all I did was push in the back of it just a little bit. You can see it kind of caused it to lift up. I get my trim tool underneath there, and then pop that out. Get that one out. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. Push it down a little bit. Pop it out. I'll leave that sitting here for now. And we'll put this in here. So you're going to get your longer one that came with the kit. You're going to swap out to your 8mm extension. Makes it a little bit nicer. So this has got a little groove in here. Put that in there. Stays in there pretty good. Get your ratchet on there. Like I said, this one has an 8mm head on it. And just line her up. When you look from the top side, you can see the screw already showing through. And just tighten down this first one. Get that on there, she'll stay nice and tight. Now 2 of these clips. So right here goes one. Like that. And then back here, just right behind the tires, another one. Push that off. It's on there. Push pin up top. And now for the bracket. Before I put these clips on the bracket, I have to orient myself. So we come in here. You see what I did? I just gonna set that in there, so you can make sure you get the angle right. That's going down like that. So now we know. Sets in there like that. So we want these clips or the screws to be facing the back side, so goes on there like that. This one will go on there like that. Too easy. Slide this back up in here. Screw with the 7mm head goes in the back here. I did this one first, since the other one has the ability to slide around a little bit. Up in there. There we go. Okay, we've got that one good and tight. And now, the one you took out from underneath here, where we're using the back, that is a 10mm. Here, and look, it should just slide. You can feel the bracket up top. Get a hole here. so that's how the backs go. Really simple. Like I said, you got the screw here, clip, pin, and then underneath the truck here, you can see how this works. This bracket just sits up here, and that bolt goes to the bottom. Bullhead sticking out. It's not as clean as I'd like, but it is what it is. As you can see, they fit pretty good. Take the fronts again. Fronts are flared out just a little bit, but overall, I'm happy with them.